Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, and that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I'd like to sit back in my very squeaky chair, relax, and have a conversation with all of you guys that I've tried like 4 times now to record already. And I either get interrupted by very loud cars and have to start fresh, or I get into a coughing fit, and I'm hoping that another coughing fit doesn't happen. Don't want that. So, in today's video, we're talking about opportunity cost. Specifically, we're talking about why you, yes, you, why you might be comfortable with sitting on sealed product long term versus just engaging with the churn and burn snowballing that is the active TCG player flipper market, TCG, eBay, whatever. Because when it comes to the world of TCGs, there are 2 general paths you can take when it comes to sealed product and singles, and that is flipping them as best you can, buy low, sell high, buy it 70, 80% of market, sell at market or slightly below to make a profit, and then use that money to snowball your finances, or you can invest it, buy something at market price or slightly above or below, whatever have you, and sit on it until it reaches a price point after a certain date that you are comfortable selling it for a major profit. Both of these options have pros and cons, but I think when it comes to investing and sitting on product, there are I don't want to say more important cons, but there are different things to consider than the cons of just flipping things daily, like what I do, buying bulk, selling bulk, etc. Because there's a lot that goes into that. A lot of work, a lot of dealing with customers, dealing with shipping and all that jazz, a lot of incremental costs, etc. But there's also a lot of opportunity cost lost when you're dealing with sealed product of any game, not just Pokemon, the 5-10 year Diamond Hand Pokemon guys. Any Pokemon, any sealed product, sorry, regardless of the game agnostic, because when it comes to sitting on sealed product, there's a few things you're not taking into account, or you might not be taking into account, especially if you're newer to the industry, if you're newer to the hobby. One is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is a hidden poison, I believe. I genuinely believe this, in my opinion. When you are sitting on sealed product, especially sealed product that has a high price floor, like you spent quite a bit of cash on it, and you sit on that product for potentially years, the money you could have made selling that item and then reinvesting and then selling whatever you reinvested into versus the money you gained flipping that item can be wildly disproportionate. Look at the basic math of taking a $10 initial investment, flipping it for $12, and then continuing to snowball that 20% growth. And that's, being generous there versus $10 over 5 years turning into like $50. One of those is going to be better over a 5-year period. Of course, the rate is not going to be the same. $10 can be flipping every 2 weeks versus $10 flipped after 5 years to whatever the price point is. I'm doing a terrible job of this analogy. I'm not a math guy, in case you guys couldn't tell. But there is definitely opportunity lost when you are sitting on product long term, not just in terms of what you could be flipping stuff for actively, but also in terms of like what you're sitting on specifically. A lot of people tend to look at, especially Pokemon, and just approach it with the idea of it's Pokemon, so whatever I buy and invest in and sit on, it's gonna go up. And that may certainly be true. However, it doesn't matter what the game is. It doesn't matter what the product is. There are clear winners and losers, even within very strict categories. Even in Pokemon, there are clear winners and clear losers, both short and long term. Look at product released last year and product released 10 years ago in the same time frames, and you'll see things that are definitely not aligned, I should say, when it comes to their current market prices. Just look at Destined Rivals versus Journey Together from last year. One of these boxes is perhaps the most hype, most desirable modern box in a very long time, and the other one has been lambasted by the community as a garbo trash product that has absolutely nothing in it, that nobody wants, and it's garbage. It's all going to zero. You know, there are going to be clear, and it's not just in sealed product, it's in singles as well. Look at singles from 10 years ago, and you'll see that there's all kinds of stuff that released along the same time period. Some are very expensive. Others that are arguably rare or as rare or more rare are less expensive, just because the market interest is not there. I mean, look at break rares, for goodness sake. No one seems to want those things. Opportunity cost is real, because not everything appreciates the same way. Not everything's going to appreciate the same way. You can just look at Pokemon and go, oh, it's Pokemon, it's going to go up. And that's true. But it's not all going to go up at the same rate. Over a 5-year period, a 10-year period, a 20-year period, whatever, different Pokemon boxes are going to have different growth rates just because of market demand. And at the end of the day, at the end of that 5-year period, how easy is it going to be for you to move that stuff? Not necessarily easy. Meanwhile, buy one $10 item, sell it for a $12 item, sell it for a $15 item, sell that for two $20 items. You can quickly snowball not just your inventory size, but your cash over a long period of time. And now, I'm not saying that you can't squirrel away items. Again, I sit on sealed product even here. You know, I'm not against sitting on sealed product, but I think there's a difference between sitting on some sealed product and just sitting on everything and diamond handsing it. My sealed product here is, for the most part, other stuff that I think is just way too cheap for the market right now, or stuff that I'm very comfortable with never selling. You know, again, I have Yu-Gi-Oh stuff here. Every single Yu-Gi-Oh structure deck since I've gotten back into buying and selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I've bought every single one full display, because I like the Yu-Gi-Oh deck line, and if I never sell it, at least I get to crack them open and play with them, because I'm very fond of that. I've already done it with some of the Rainbow Beast ones. That deck's actually really fun, if I'm going to be completely honest. I think I've had fun with every single Yu-Gi-Oh deck I've played so far since getting back into it, but that one was really fun. But also like Yu-Gi-Oh boxes. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh boxes are $30, $40, whatever have you. That's cheap. I'm totally comfortable with sitting on that for a long period of time, just because of how cheap it is. Especially when I'm already doing a lot of the other flipping stuff. I mean, again, I'm buying all kinds of bulk. I'm flipping all kinds of bulk. So I'm totally comfortable with a small amount of my money sitting over there in the corner. Maybe it goes up, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Who cares? I'm not saying that you can't sit on and invest things, but I am saying that a lot of people who only want to sit on and diamond hands their sealed product, they're missing out. They're missing out on opportunities, and I think that's a bit of a shame. Now, I'm not trying to say that you have to flip cards. You have to buy and sell actively. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that if you haven't even given it a shot, I mean, give it a shot. You might like it. You might not, and that's fine. It's totally fine. But if you're, I think, looking for a passive way to accumulate value, Pokemon cards may, right now, be a good way to do it. But in 5 years, will that be the truth? Will Pokemon cards be the best passive income investment 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whenever have you? I don't know. Are the purchases you make now going to appreciate amazingly in a decade or a half decade? Who knows? All I know is, for my part at least, I'm not super comfortable sitting on anything, especially over a long period of time, just because I personally find some appeal in flipping and making small profits and snowballing those profits. And hang on, let me organize my thoughts here. Almost lost them for a second. To squirrel money away in sealed product that may go up, certainly, but also might not go up as fast as I'd like, is regrettable. And that's part of why I don't really sit on too much sealed product. There is some sealed stuff here in the garage, but not a whole lot, if I'm being quite frank. Anyway, all I'm really trying to say is, just be careful, be mindful, and remember, there's other things you could do other than just sitting on your product for forever, because active investing is going to be more profitable, I think, in my opinion, actively reinvesting your gains and your profits is going to do better than just sitting on a $500 box for forever. Who knows? Who knows what I'm talking about? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I'm always curious to hear it. Thank you guys, as usual, for watching. And I'll talk to you next time. Ciao.